Hi, I'm Pam Rocker, founder and director of Affirming Connections, and I am so honored and grateful to be offering you a huge, happy Affirming anniversary, both to McDougall United Church and to Red Deer Lake United Church. You know, it kind of seems like I've been around Affirming ministry work for my whole life, but actually 15 years ago, I had never heard of Affirming Ministries. I had no idea they existed. I had no idea what the word affirming meant. And somehow I miraculously stumbled on an affirming ministry, and it changed the trajectory of my life. And I know that that's not just me. I know there are people who find affirming people of faith and affirming ministries across Canada, and it changes something. Because the dominant narrative, or the loudest narrative that we hear, is still so incredibly hateful and targeted against queer folks. It's so important, and it means the world to me that affirming ministries not only practice what they preach, but preach what they practice, and are out there being public, intentional, and explicit. So what you do matters, from the signs and symbols that you put up in your sanctuary, to the things you put on your website, to the conversations that you have, and the ways that you remind each other and remind all of the folks in your community that everybody belongs. All of those things really matter, because we, all of us, are looking for signs of hope, especially right now. The climate around queer issues is tough. I don't need to tell you that. It's so important that people of faith speak out and remind us that we are all in this together. I want to tell you that so many times when I'm talking to people, they'll ask me, is there a ministry that I could go to? Is there a church that my loved one could go to? Is there a sanctuary that could potentially be an actual sanctuary for me? And unfortunately, there are still a lot of cities and places in Canada where I can't tell them that they have somewhere to go. And we're working towards that. But I can tell them that here in Calgary, there are many affirming ministries, including you two, who are committed to being there for them. And that's why I still do this work, because I know how transformative it is when we listen to the call of God to live out the unconditional love of the divine. And when we put ourselves on the margins, just like Jesus did, until the margins no longer exist. So I'm very excited to see what God's call has for you as an affirming ministry in the next year, 5 or 10 years, to see how you creatively infuse the work of affirming in your community and beyond. Have some rainbow desserts for me. They're my favorite. And happy, happy anniversary. And here's to many, many more.